My beautiful friends. Isn't it just a beautiful day to have a beautiful day? Welcome back to the Living Good with Jakeb Livengood podcast. This is episode 10, 1-0. We're slamming these out. Guys, this one's awesome, all right? And I know I say this one's awesome every time, but all right, look. I can promise you, 100% guarantee, you will never regret locking in. Okay? It's impossible. It is impossible. The only way you're going to regret it is if you halfway lock in, you lock in for a little bit, and then you just decide, no, I don't think this whole discipline life is for me. And then you give up before you actually achieve anything or see any of the fruits of your labor come to actually roost, right? And so, it's impossible to regret it. When I was obese, if I had just tried to go to the gym for a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then I'd quit, maybe I would have regretted that week and a half, right? Maybe. But also, did I even really then put in the necessary discipline and due process to become, locked in, right? You'll never regret becoming disciplined and actually seeing what it is that you can become. So I urge you to try it because a lot of us have this negative perpetual tendency that come the middle to end of December, we're looking over the year, what happened, and we're like, hey, I could have probably done, let's be real honest, I could have probably done better this year. But this next year, it's my year, baby. We're gonna have it. We're taking it. This is my year. And then what happens? Do you find yourself in that same predicament the next mid to late December? This year wasn't it either, man. I could have sworn this was gonna be my year. Have you done that before? I can tell you I did it for a few years before I got into my process and locked in. 4 to be exact. And after those 4 years, I've had 7 years steamrolling going forward towards it. And, I still, by the way, let's be honest here. I'll be full transparency. I'm all about honesty here. Those 7 years that I have been intentional and moving forward through my process, not a single one of those years have I checked off the entire list of everything I set out to do, okay? So, quote unquote, I, quote, failed, right? It was a L, a lesson. And at the end of the year, I do say, hey, could have done better this year, could have done more. But actually, the baseline metric for where my discipline was at, even though I'm still saying, could have done more, the baseline of the amount of workload I'm getting done has progressively gone up and up and up. And the things that I've been able to achieve in a 12 calendar month, a year, has been up and up and up. It's continued to progress, right? So even though I haven't hit every single metric that I've been trying to do and my KPIs were down over the whole course of the year, but they were up relative to my previous process, right? You can't regret being disciplined. It's literally not possible. What is there to regret? Like FOMO that you're not getting to party and waste away? Listen to me. I'm 27 years old, okay? A lot of the people that I've known for over a decade, I'm still friends with them. I follow them on Instagram. I got them on Facebook. I see what they're doing. A lot of them are settling down, having families and having kids, right? But there's also a large subsect of them that are still partying away. YOLO, man, you only live once. And that's cool, but I'm concerned at where that path's headed because I was there, I did it, I vibed out like that for 2 years. And now I've been intentional for several years and I'm still building my dreams and visions and I'm doing things on a global scale at a high level. Finally starting to receive those accolades for the work I've been putting in. Not that I'm actually working for accolades. I really don't care about the external success or the validation from others. I give myself validation because I know what I'm capable of. I know where I started from. I know where I'm at now. I know where I'm going. And I'm abundantly grateful that God keeps waking me up every morning to have another shot at this life thing. And I'm abundantly grateful that I actually have the capacity and the capabilities that younger me decided to course correct my life and move me into becoming who I am today, right? So I don't need the external validation. I know where I'm at. I know who I am. I know what I'm doing. But it is just cool to see, right, that it's finally coming around full circle. People that didn't believe in the beginning, that were on that hater train, hey man, you probably shouldn't even try that. You should probably just, stick around, keep vibing out, partying. What's the point in starting a business? A lot of them are coming back around and going, man, Jake, I've been watching for a long time. I see what you're doing, man. Good job. Keep it up. You're doing great. Where was that energy, bro, when I started, bro? Come on. But that's just all the more testament to the fact you can't regret being disciplined, because discipline pays. It doesn't pay tomorrow. Certainly doesn't pay today, right? Discipline never pays the day you you sow those seeds, I promise you. Actually, that's not true. When you're disciplined to do an ice bath, you feel those benefits. Yeah, not right away, maybe in like 15 minutes, but they last for 8 hours, right? So that's something that's a good short-term example of how discipline pays. But outside of that example, I can't think of one, but discipline, typically, it doesn't pay the day you do it. It doesn't pay the next day or the next week, sometimes not even the next month, I've been doing YouTube, not very consistently. I'll be honest, right? But I've been doing YouTube on my personal brand since 2014. Okay? And I'm approaching 1,500 followers. Now, I've built other brands that have been faceless specifically around one niche, and I understand and I recognize building a personal brand as a SME, a subject matter expert, especially in finance, personal development, entrepreneurship. I can understand that can be hard to reach critical mass with, for sure. But like, I've been posting. I've got almost 700 videos, right? Like, I've got content up there, and some of it's quality content, albeit some of it's less, edited and less worked up, and it's sort of just throwing spaghetti at the wall. But there's some content out there that's good, that should have gotten some accolades, and it didn't. And that's because discipline doesn't pay right off the rip. You got to be disciplined over the long term, right? Let's relate it back to fitness, right? Because I was obese in February of 2023, 246 pounds, 34.5% BMI. Seriously, fat, bro. Like, I was fat. I can look back at those pictures. There was a 6-month period in my life where I just, every day, I would wear sweatpants, flip-flops, and socks, and a hoodie, oversized hoodie. And I'm 6'3". I'm talking a double XL, a big oversized, so that people couldn't figure out that I'm fat. I was embarrassed, man. And, I went to the gym for a long while. Since February of 2023, I think I can count on a single hand how many days I've missed. Probably 2 or 3. Not many, because I ran Live Hard back to back. Actually, I haven't done 2 years of Live Hard. I've done 3 75 hards. I completed 1 year of Live Hard. I'm on year 2 of Live Hard. So not full 2 years of Live Hard. But what I'm saying is, when I'd finish program, I'd just rip right back onto it, and no days off. I mean, I don't even actually really believe you need rest days. Just hit a different muscle group, right? But that's a different story, different subject. But I didn't see those results from working in the gym for 6 months. Now, that's not to say there wasn't results. There was, but it was just like my bias, like a little bit of body dysmorphia forming up, and I couldn't see in the mirror that gains were happening. Now, my gym homies saw it. My family started seeing it before I even saw it, right? And then I eventually did notice it, and that put some wind in my sails and actually got me a whole new level of discipline and motivation and persistence, because I started to taste it, right? But even still, like, that really doesn't change anything about the fact that, like, even if I hadn't started to see those results, I would have still been disciplined, because I made that change in my mind where I was like, I don't care how long it takes. I don't care what I have to cut out of my life. I don't care how many monotonous, boring, flavorless chicken rice and broccoli, chicken rice and veg I have to eat. I'm going to do it because I know it pays. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, but it's gonna pay. And that's what discipline is, you know? E.T. Eric Thomas says discipline is staying consistent to the things that you said long after the mood that you said it in has left. And isn't that just so true? Because, you know, when I was obese, I was very motivated to not be obese anymore. And then when you start seeing those fruits of your labor and it starts paying off and you're no longer obese, now you're just, you know, you got a little bit of muscle on your body, on your frame. Now you could just let off the gas a little bit and relax. But no, you still got to stay committed and disciplined to the things that you said you were going to do long after that mood that you said it in is gone. And that's so true. And that's why the Live Hard program is awesome. I'm going to do a whole separate episode of the Live Hard program. Let me do a little future casting here real quick, okay? I'm telling you right now. Mark my words. This is episode 10, right? Mark my words, okay? I will be on the Real AF podcast in the future. I promise you. I will make it happen. Andy's going to be on my show. I'm going to be on his show. It's going to be a beautiful, remarkable thing. And I'm going to do what Gary Vee does all the time, where he pins up a clip from the past when he was future casting something, and then clips it in with the actual present of it happening. We're going to do it, man, because Andy changed my life. Andy absolutely changed my life, and he allowed me to start critically thinking in the global ecosystem, in the atmosphere, what's going on geopolitically. Got my eyes open to some more things in a fun way, and he also allowed me to take back control of my temple. Now, let's be fair, because, you know, Andy would say this, and I'd say this too. You know, I'm the one that did the work, right? He just made the program and then drilled it into my head that it's important, but I'm the one that got up every day and did the work, right? So, you know, it was partially me. If not, it was more than 50% me. But even still, Andy did still change my life. Like, I needed that direction. I needed that kick in the butt to get going, because I wasn't going to do it myself. Lord knows I wasn't going to do it myself, man. I had got obese. I gave up. And that's also another tip here that's just like, whew. This whole you'll never regret discipline. All right, look, it's also never too late to be disciplined. Can you believe that? It's just not. Okay, so never actually, I know I just said I gave up, right? And it was over for me, but I was being fictitious and just funny. It's actually not true. You can't find yourself in a position where your situation's too far gone, you're too far out, you're too far lost, you can't make it back. It's not possible. Okay? Because the moment you adopt that philosophy and mindset, you're just dying, you're just decaying, you're just waiting for your life to be over, slowly but surely walk into the grave. Don't do that. Don't give up. Okay? Doesn't matter your starting point. It could be anything. It could be down there. Look, my starting point in entrepreneurship, whew, I ain't even going to talk about it publicly yet. I'm writing a book about it, actually, autobiography. And I will go public with it eventually. But and my people that know, they know. If you know, you know. You know the vibes, right? But my start was, it was down there, man. Like, if you truly knew how far I've come already, you would be, more people would be listening to me, man. Yeah, but that's okay. We'll get there. It'll go public eventually when I'm ready to talk about it, and then we'll probably already be blown up. But if not, we'll blow up then, right? But discipline, man. I've strayed away from the original topic. You got to be disciplined. I believe you're capable of being disciplined. I didn't believe I was capable of being disciplined until I became disciplined. So, you know, sometimes you need that kick in the butt. Andy Frisell is the one that kicked me in the butt, and I highly recommend you go watch Real AF. But if you haven't watched Real AF yet and you're listening to this, I'd like to let you know, I believe in you. I believe you can be disciplined. I believe you can make the past versions of yourself look into the future, look at you now today and go, yeah, he, she, that person right there is the one that made the change. Yes, sir. I believe in you. I know that you're capable of more than you're currently exerting into outer reality. And the reason I know that is because I was not showing up as my full, truest, most authentic, most disciplined self. I'm still not. I can still do more than I'm doing right now, probably by a lot. There's efficiencies in my daily basis I'm seeing in not hitting, right? And I know the things that I necessarily need to change, and I just haven't made it happen because this, that, or the other thing, time basis, cost basis, bunch of different stuff, right? So being locked in and disciplined is a progression, and it's important to give yourself a little grace, right? Never beat yourself up because you're not here, or you didn't make it to that, or fictitious timelines of trying to get somewhere, do something. Don't do that. Just keep moving. Be intentional and live a good life. Trust yourself. Pray to God. Build a relationship with the Lord. And you'll win. You'll win. Abundance is abundant. So you can literally just win. If you never quit, you'll just keep winning. Or you'll just keep losing until you start winning. Right? And then you have a story to tell. Yes. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day. I love you.